This is the Sakar Murli of the 27th of September 2023. Essence. Sweet children, the death of all deaths has come to take you back home. Therefore finish your burden of sin with remembrance. Remove attachment to your bodies. Question. The Father hears the call of the devotees when they begin to become unhappy from happy. Which call is this? Answer. When devotees experience sorrow, they call out, "O God, take me away from this world of sorrow. There is no need for me to be in this impure world." However, when the Father answers this call and comes to take them away, they cry. They say to the doctor, "Give me such medicine that I become healthy." Song. The resident of the faraway land has come into the foreign land. Om Shanti. The Father resides in the faraway land, and you children also reside there. But why has the Father come here? Why do people remember the Father? "O God, come and take us back home." It is souls that call out, "Take me back home to the land of liberation." This is like calling out to the death of all deaths. On the path of devotion, people don't know whom they are calling out to. They call out, "Liberate us from all relationships of this impure world and take us back home. We don't want to stay here." However, when souls leave their bodies, they experience so much sorrow and cry out in distress. On the one hand, they call out to Baba, "Come and take us away from here and liberate us from this body." But then, when he does liberate them, they cry out in distress. They call out in this way on the path of devotion, but they don't understand anything. There is the story of Savitri, the wife of Satyavan. He, the messenger of death, came to take the soul of just one, her husband, but Savitri did not allow him to be taken away. When a human soul is about to leave his body, the soul doesn't want to leave because of having so much attachment to his body. They say to the doctor, "Give me such medicine that I become healthy. I don't want to leave my body." However, at the same time they say, "O God, come and take us back home with you." This is such a wonderful aspect. You are now to return home in happiness. Human beings of this world have a lot of attachment to their friends and relatives. Baba asks, "Shall I free you from your friends and relatives, etc.? I will take you back with me, but you have to stop remembering all your relatives. If at the end you remember your children, etc., the birth you take will be according to that." Baba says, "I will separate you souls from your bodies and take you back home. You will not then remember your friends or relatives at that time, will you? At the end, you only have to remember the one Father. You do not have to come back here to take rebirth. Therefore continue to forget everyone, including your own body, and remember me, the Father, alone. I cannot take you back until you become pure. I have now come to take you souls back. However, there is a huge burden of sin on each of you. Baba is speaking to souls. The Father has come from the supreme abode into this foreign land. Although he establishes his world of heaven, he himself does not go there. Here you call out in sorrow, I have only to come once in order to take all souls back home. Whether you come happily or unhappily, you all definitely have to return. The unlimited Father, the death of all deaths, takes all souls back home again, which means that he comes to destroy all human beings. When a woman's husband dies, she cries so much. Now you say, take us away from here, we don't want anything. However, you impure ones cannot be taken back home. Therefore I have come to make you pure. Only when you consider yourselves to be bodiless and forget your bodies and all your bodily relations can you become pure. When you remember the Father alone, your sins will then be absolved. I show you many good methods every cycle. You know that all of these bodies will turn to ashes. When it is Holika, the thread doesn't burn. Similarly, the souls are never burnt. However, this haystack will be set on fire. All the bodies will burn and turn to ashes, and all the souls will become pure again. In order for you souls to become pure, you constantly have to make effort to remain soul-conscious. Even while having bodies, you have to consider yourselves to be souls and have yoga with the Father, just as sannyasis have yoga with the Brahma element. They say that they will merge into the element of light. Their intellect's yoga is linked to the element of light. It is not that they leave their bodies. They think that by having yoga with the Brahma element they will merge into it. This is why we call them those who have knowledge of the Brahma element. They have knowledge of the element, but you souls have knowledge that you reside in the element of light. They believe they will merge into that element of light, and if they were to say they would go and reside there, at least that would be correct. A soul cannot merge into it. They give the example of a bubble merging into the ocean, but that is wrong. It is not a question of merging into the light. An imperishable soul contains a whole part, which can never be destroyed. Sannyasis renounce the vices, but none of them can return home. They continue to take rebirth here. Expansion continues to take place. Everyone has to pass through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo. All of this is fixed in the drama. Now just look how so many varieties of illness are emerging. Previously there were not that many diseases. All of this is fixed in the drama. You children know that Baba has now come to take all souls back home. You say, Baba, take us back home. Everyone is to receive liberation and liberation in life, but not everyone can go to the Golden Age. Everyone has to go into their own religions again and at their own time. You know that such and such a religion starts at such and such a time. Baba has also come exactly as he did in the previous cycle, and he will also take all the souls back home as he did before. The earth will receive so much fertilizer. Fertilizer will be needed for the new world. This is why all human beings and animals, etc., will be destroyed and turned into fertilizer. Then the earth of the Golden Age will produce very good fruit. You children have also had visions of that. You children understand that Baba is the death of all deaths. Everyone says, Baba, we will happily go back with you, take us back. We are experiencing a great deal of sorrow here. This is a world that causes sorrow. In this land of sorrow, people continue to cause sorrow for one another. There is limitless sorrow here, and so I have come to take you to the land of happiness. Now just remember the One, and you will be able to claim your inheritance from him. Otherwise, you will not be able to claim your full inheritance of the kingdom, but will become part of the subjects. The Father comes and gives you the happiness of a kingdom. No other founder of a religion establishes a kingdom. This kingdom is being established in an incognito way. No one knows how the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan of the Golden Age was established. Where did deities with human forms come from, if there were devils in the Iron Age? There was never a war between the devils and the deities. There was no question of a war or of using the sword of lust. In that case, why have they shown a war taking place? They are all confused. The world is the same, only the time changes. This is an unlimited day and an unlimited night. The golden and silver ages are called the day. There are no battles there. Then how do they receive such a kingdom? There are no kingdoms in the Iron Age. You say, Baba, your task of establishment is so wonderful. You make so many children happy. Yes, but each one of you can claim a high status according to the effort you make. You know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, comes every 5,000 years. Even though some call him Prabhu or God, he is still the Father. It is good to say Father. God is our Father. There is no pleasure in simply saying Prabhu. When they say God, they consider him to be omnipresent, whereas by calling him Father, they do not consider him to be omnipresent. You souls are now listening. You understand that your Baba has come and that he is making you pure with yoga. Therefore you have to remember the Father, the teacher and the Satguru. You children have that feeling by staying here personally in front of Baba. We are souls and we are playing our parts with our bodies. Baba has come to take us back. We are making effort to have yoga with Baba. While remembering Baba, we will return to Baba. There are some very elevated sannyasis who leave their bodies while simply sitting. They believe I, the soul, will go and merge into the Brahma element. Everyone makes effort to attain moksha, eternal liberation, or mukti, liberation. Everyone wants eternal liberation or liberation because there is so much sorrow in this world. They do not know that the cycle of the world has to turn and that each one's part definitely is imperishable. Your intellect should be like a genie. In the story of the genie, he said, "Give me some work to do or I will eat you." Therefore he was given the task of climbing up and down a ladder. The Father also tells you, connect your intellects in yoga to me, otherwise Maya the genie will eat you. Maya is like a genie. She doesn't allow you to have yoga. Maya eats even good, strong, courageous and powerful ones raw. You know that Baba has come to teach you. He says, "Children, I have now come personally in front of you. Now remember me, otherwise Maya, the genie, will eat you. This task is given to you for your own benefit, so that you become the masters of the world. Consider yourselves to be souls and renounce all consciousness of your bodies." To be a sannyasi means to renounce everything, including your body. But you do have to consider yourself to be a soul. You understand that Baba is making you into deities with this knowledge and the power of yoga. A kingdom is being established. This is Raj Yoga. These things are not mentioned in the scriptures. What happened to the Pandavas after they studied Raj Yoga? Did they just melt away on the mountains? In that case, how can you tell how the kingdom was established? Now, only you understand these things. Baba says, now remember me, become trustees and follow my Srimat. Continue to take advice for every situation. If your children want to get married, there is no objection. Each one's account is separate. Whatever the child is like, his account is seen, and advice is given accordingly. Some say that they want their children to get married. By all means, you can get them married. If you have money, you can also build a house. There is no objection to that. Build houses, get your children married, and settle all your accounts. It is now understood who can claim a good status. It is very difficult. You need a far-sighted intellect for this. It is no small matter to claim a kingdom. Complete all of your business of settling your outstanding debts with your children. First of all, at least settle any outstanding debts and any accounts you might have with others. This too is something to be understood. Kumaris don't have any burden. Creators have to accomplish all the tasks. Only then can Baba make them his heirs. Maya will knock you very hard, but you also understand that Baba is very sweet. He has come to purify you all and take you back home. You need to have a great deal of love for such a father. He is very sweet. There is limitless happiness in the Golden Age. This is why everyone remembers it. When someone dies, they say he has gone to heaven. It is such a sweet name. Whatever happened in the past was later glorified on the path of devotion. These things do not happen in the golden and silver ages. So Baba has given you the task of a genie. Consider yourself to be a soul and remember the Father. Otherwise Maya the genie will eat you. You have to have remembrance. Have the faith that you are souls and remember the Father. Yes, you still have to act for the livelihood of your bodies. You have to work 8 hours a day for the livelihood of your bodies because you are karma yogis. But you still have to make effort. You also have to take out 8 hours for making effort on yourselves. Just think, I now belong to Baba. This body is old. You have to break all attachment to it. If, after staying in remembrance and trying to remove your attachment, some attachment still remains at the end, you will not be able to claim any fortune of the kingdom. It takes effort to become a master of the world. Baba has now come to liberate you from this land of sorrow and take you back. This is why he is called the Liberator, the Guide and the Purifier. He is the guide to show you the path. You have to explain that the Father has to come to create the kingdom of Rama and to destroy the kingdom of Ravan. He alone is the one who establishes peace. Those who become his helpers receive a peace prize. Only the one who establishes peace can give you a peaceful kingdom. He is the most beloved Baba, who gives us the inheritance cycle after cycle. The more you follow Srimat, the more elevated you will become. You understand that you are being made into Sri Lakshmi and Sri Narayan by Sri Sri, the doubly elevated one. The Sun and Moon dynasty kingdoms of 21 births are now being established. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bapdada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for Dana. 1. Become far-sighted and settle all your karmic bondage accounts. If you have any debts in your karmic accounts, settle them and become light, and you will become an heir. 2. Become a karma yogi and work for your livelihood. Together with that, use 8 hours a day for effort on yourself. Definitely put an end to the attachment you have for anyone. Blessing. May you be seated on Bapdada's heart throne by being surrendered while living at home with your family and having deep concern for serving. The tree of service becomes fruitful with the cooperation of the children who are surrendered while living at home with their families. Their cooperation becomes water for the tree. When a tree is watered properly, it gives good fruit. In the same way, this tree becomes fruitful with the cooperation of such elevated cooperative souls. Those who constantly have deep concern for doing service and are surrendered while living at home with their families are seated on Bapdada's heart throne. Slogan: learn the art of steering your thoughts in the least time possible, and learn the art of applying a brake, and the power of your intellect cannot then go to waste. Om Shanti.